Welcome to Chicago. My name is Antony Wood. I'm the Executive Director of the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat. We've got a fantastic day planned today. We've got a couple of people just before we start on the presentations to tell you a little bit more about that. So first of all, I want to invite up to stage our chairman, who's a design partner with NBBJ Architects. Can you please put your hands together for Timothy Johnson, who'll give the welcome.
Thank you, Antony. This is a bit of deja vu, isn't it? We just coming off this fantastic event in Shanghai, which I saw many of you at, and we very much appreciate that you've taken the valuable time out of your day to come and spend even more time with us. So welcome, as Antony had said. I think we should also really thank Antony and his team for putting this together. If you were at the Congress in Shanghai, it was about 18 months in the planning, and literally off of just a couple of days of rest and relaxation that the team had in Shanghai, they were forced into putting all this together. So Antony and all of the staff at the council headquarters here in Chicago, thank you for putting this on. Let's give them a round of applause. So in 2006, actually, I was asked by David Scott to chair the awards, and I took it over from John Zills of SOM. And at the time, it is a fairly minor part of what the council was up to. And in fact, back then, it was a little bit like pulling teeth to get people to submit projects, and we were out scouring the world to see what was happening in tall buildings. And it actually just blows my mind to see where we are today with this, not only now a full-day symposium, but also the quality of the work and the amount of submissions that we're getting around the world is absolutely fascinating. You can tell people are taking this awards program serious. If you look at the projects, not only the winners, but also the submissions, the finalists that are out in the lobby before you entered the hall here, the level of creativity and exploration and innovation is also breathtaking. And I think most of all, because as you know, the council is an organization that spans the disciplines of the tall building industry: developers, contractors, suppliers, architects, engineers, specialty consultants. I just want to applaud all of you in terms of the courage that you've had to create the buildings that we've given awards and those that have submitted. There's a tremendous amount of opportunities still left in high-rise building design and city design, and to look at and to understand some of those ideas is good for us all, and that's certainly why we're all here. It's a real pleasure having all the winners here. The fact that we're putting this on as a free symposium for everyone. I just heard that the students are having midterms this week, so hopefully they'll be climbing out of bed, taking their tests, and coming in this afternoon to learn together with us. But it's a real pleasure to have some of the great stars and contributors to tall buildings here with us today. And I look forward to having a wonderful day of presentations and then hopefully seeing most of you this evening at the awards dinner. Thank you.
Actually, Tim and I were just talking beforehand. We only introduced the Best Tall Building Awards in 2007. The awards program itself was introduced by the council in 2001, but for the first few years it was just Lifetime Achievement Awards. So we only introduced the recognition of buildings and the team effort that goes into a building in 2007. So it's only in its fifth year of the awards book, and actually only the third or fourth year of doing this symposium ceremony and dinner. So in the time that I've been executive director, we've had 3 awards chairs. First, Tim did it for 2 years, and then Gordon Gill at Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill Architecture did it for 2 years. And for the past 2 years, it's been a pleasure for me to sit on the jury with Rick Cook, who's chaired the awards committee. And it's been an especial pleasure to work with Rick, because not only has he been thoughtful and sensitive as to what it is that we should be recognizing in tall projects, he's also been instrumental in helping us expand the awards themselves. For example, this year, recognizing finalists in a more significant way, not just the winners. Because the reality is that these finalists the debate between which should win is often quite fierce, and the finalists are often every good as bit as the winners. So to tell you a little bit more about the award process and this year in particular, and he's also going to chair the first session. Tim Johnson's chairing the second session. I'll be chairing the third session. Could you please welcome to stage Rick Cook of Cook & Fox Architects.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. I had the distinct honor and blessing of chairing the awards. And as an architect myself and a designer, it's really pretty soul-searching to sit down and review other people's work and really give it the time and thought that's necessary in the pace of everyday life. One of the things that was incredibly encouraging was the diligence and the seriousness with which the other jurors applied to the task. And the other jurors were Vishan Chakrabarti, now of Shop Architects, Robert Pratt of Tishman Speyer Properties, Werner Sobek of Werner Sobek Group, David Scott, Lang O'Rourke, Chris Wilkinson of Wilkinson Iyer, and of course, Antony Wood. So as designers, we think that this business of designing the very tall building is important. And it's not just about the quantity of things that are made, the size and the quantity, but it's about the quality of life that these buildings and these cities create for the people who live in them and work in them. One of the things that happened this year on the jury is a much more specific focus on the unique challenges of the tall building, as different from the moderately tall building. This is a very particular art form with a unique set of challenges, and the jury really tried to apply their thought on what was it that this design team and this developer and this owner was trying to solve with the very tall building. And the reason for that is that we've all witnessed the change in the global population from a generally rural population to a generally urban population. And this is a trend that's continuing. So as we move more and more people into cities, those cities will become increasingly dense. And we believe that the tall building will play an incredibly important role in the quality of life in these cities. A second theme that came up regarding quality of life was that the globalization of the high-rise had become a concern. Is it appropriate to build the same kind of building in every culture? And one of the themes that came up this year was that we were very interested in how these tall buildings connect to the place and the culture. And you'll see as some of the projects go on that became a very important theme for the work. I look forward to the whole day. I hope you find it enjoyable. It's really interesting to stop and see other people's work. And then I have the honor now of chairing the first session and introducing the first panel.